BJ, I do want to say something. I don't know if you stay to a strict timeline or anything like that. Do you? Do you try to cut the show off at a certain time, or can I ramble?
Yeah, we're
Close-ish.
going to be cutting it off in a little while.
Okay. But I did want to tell you about some games I played recently, really
Okay.
fast.
Mm-hmm.
A game you got to check out, FROMAGE. Okay, the cheese game. Now, that game is not, it's not like going to blow your mind necessarily. It's essentially a game where there's 4 mini games where you're creating patterns here, you're doing something over there. But what sets it apart for me are 3 things. One, they did a really ingenious thing with the different player counts. They didn't say like flip the boards and this or that. You actually have inserts that go in the game that I think is really cool. It has a lazy Susan that the game turns, which I think is really fun. And 3, the game is really based around timing of worker release. And what's clever with that is the game is a timing game. It's a simple game, but the game really is about timing. And what I thought was really clever, even though it's not the gameplay itself, it's that where your pieces are on the board, when it's time for your worker to come back to you, your piece is pointing at you, which I think is really, really clever.
Yeah.
That was a great game that I played. I forgot what I wrote down on.
Glenn, I absolutely adore FROMAGE. I think the world of it. I've played it in person twice, and then I've played a lot online.
Well,
for a 30-minute game, there's so much to it. It's great.
I was going to say that the great thing about it is that it's super fast, half an hour. You can play it twice in a row.
It's faster than you think. I mean, like you're playing and you're like, oh, I've got plenty of time. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, the game's over.
The explanation is longer than the game.
It's true.
It really, it's a bigger game than most people think too, because it's wider, but really love it. I got to make a video of that sometime.
I absolutely love the timing part. The 4 mini games, I haven't played it enough to know what's the best part. And I also think the buildings seem to be a little bit underpowered, that part of it. But again, I've only played it 2 or 3 times, so maybe I just haven't figured it out. So
what I usually do in that game is I will knock down, because you can build structures and then unlock powers. I'll take the setup card at the beginning and get rid of my big 5 building and make it a 2 so I can start getting things in play faster.